John Cena stood tall on the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania 41. His arms raised, the gold of the WWE Championship shining under the bright lights. For the 17th time, he held a world title. For the first time, he stood as the undisputed record holder. And for the last time, he stood as an active competitor at WrestleMania. This wasn't just another chapter in the book of John Cena. It was the final act. The crowd erupted in a roar that echoed with respect, nostalgia, and admiration. Cena didn't just win a title. He reminded the world of who he was and what he meant to professional wrestling. John Cena, the name itself is bigger than the man. He is an icon, a workhorse, a locker room leader, a main event staple. But none of it was inevitable. None of it was promised. None of it was easy. Before the championships, before the Doctor of Thugonomics, before the face of WWE emerged, Cena was just a man in his early 20s, lost and looking for direction. He tried to apply his college degree, but no strength or fitness companies wanted him. He tried to be a cop but failed the California Highway Patrol exam. He was stuck, unsure, barely getting by working the front desk at Gold's Gym in Venice. And yet, he wasn't bitter. He was training daily, eating well, and staying in shape. But deep down, he knew that comfort wasn't enough. He needed purpose. He needed a challenge. He needed something more. That's when he started considering the Marines. The military wasn't a lifelong dream. It was a practical move. It was about staying physical, pushing his limits, and finding something that demanded excellence. It was about proving to himself that he still had worth. He looked at the Marine Corps as the next step. A disciplined, demanding environment where failure wasn't an option. He was ready. He was committed. He was going to enlist. Then, life did what it always does, it intervened. A friend called him just before he was going to drive down and enlist. That one conversation altered the course of wrestling history forever. "Hey," his buddy said. "We're training at a pro wrestling ring in Orange County. You ever thought about trying that?" He didn't jump at it. He didn't scream, yes. But he was curious. "I'd take a look at it," he replied, nonchalantly. He drove to the location, LA Boxing. A humble building, 1 story high, walls of glass. He looked inside and saw the ring. It wasn't fancy. It wasn't polished. But in that moment, Cena saw his future. He saw an opportunity to be more than just physical. He saw a platform, a stage, a place where he could entertain, inspire, and dominate. "I will deal with the suck Monday through Friday," he thought, "because on the weekends, I'll be a superhero." That was the beginning. From those early days of bumping on hard canvas and learning to cut promos with grit in his throat, John Cena became something the world hadn't seen before. A new breed of wrestler. A machine built on discipline and passion. He rose fast, but not without struggle. Booed by half, loved by the rest, Cena remained unfazed. Through it all, he stood tall, microphone in hand, and gave everything to this business. Year after year, match after match, he never phoned it in. Whether it was a sold-out stadium or a quiet gymnasium, Cena gave 100%. Now, at 48, even he admits, his body doesn't respond the way it used to. "I can't compete like I once did," he said, voice filled with honesty. Age catches up to everybody. But he gave everything he had for as long as he could. And that's why this year means so much. His 17th world title wasn't just another notch on the belt. It was the culmination. It was the confirmation that everything, every failure, every rejection, every decision, led him exactly where he was meant to be. He could have been a Marine. He could have been a police officer. He could have faded into obscurity, another talented athlete who never got his shot. But he chose wrestling. Or maybe wrestling chose him. Now, as he prepares for a tag team match at WWE Money in the Bank, teaming with Logan Paul against Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso, he's not winding down. He's sprinting toward the finish line with all the fire and intensity that made him a champion in the first place. This is more than a retirement tour. It's a tribute to resilience. It's about a man who kept getting knocked down but refused to stay down. It's about a dream that was nearly forgotten, nearly traded in for boots and fatigues, but instead found its place in a wrestling ring. John Cena didn't walk into WWE with destiny written on his chest. He built his legacy brick by brick, night by night, through blood, sweat, and the roar of the crowd. And now, as he prepares to say goodbye, He does so on his terms, with history made, legacy secured, and his name etched into the annals of wrestling forever. He's not just the 17-time world champion. He's the kid who failed the CHP exam and almost joined the Marines. He's the man who saw a wrestling ring through a glass window and said, "That's where I belong." He's the leader of the Cenation. The standard bearer. The face of an era. He's John Cena. And even when he's gone from the ring, his presence will never fade. Because superheroes never really retire. They just live on in the hearts of those they inspired.